Still not completely used to that new intro sound, but we are here. Well, I am here, I should say. Wednesday, February 26th, doing a live rookie mock draft, maybe two if we have time. I do have a hard out at in about an hour, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we're doing a live rookie mock draft. Hopefully, we get some people in here joining us. We are using landing spots. Just the latest 3-round mock from Tankathon. Really hard to find 3-round mocks, and there's a lot of first-round mocks out there, but they're not as useful for dynasty drafts. They're fine for the first round, but beyond that, they're not as useful, not quite as useful. If you happen to be watching this on replay, I will leave a comment and I'll pin the comment about when timestamp when the mock draft does start. So, but yeah, I know we're a little bit earlier today, kind of testing out different hours and times of the day. Feel like this might be a little bit early, about 5 o'clock Eastern, but just wanted to see different times of the day here. So yeah, we got the combine tomorrow, so we can all overreact. Well, really the combine for us dynasty players is Saturday, I think, is the big day. I think that's quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers are on Saturday, whereas I think tight ends are Friday. Hopefully I got that right. But I will leave the link here to the mock draft in the chat here if you want to join. And we're doing a 12-team super flex PPR 1-point tight end premium. A lot of people play tight end premium, so that's why I do a lot of tight end premium. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see with the combine. I think for the most part, does it mean a whole lot? No, I don't think so. I think there are some teams and people that do put a little bit into it, and it will affect draft capital. In my opinion, is Xavier Worthy, for example, does he fall a little bit if he doesn't, break the 40-yard time? Maybe. There's some guys who I'm interested in seeing in the running back position, like Cam Scatteraboo, Ollie Gordon, what they run in the 40, or specifically their 10-yard split. Their 10-yard split is more important than the actual 40 time. So when you guys are looking at 40 times, I wouldn't worry too much about what they run, but look at their 10-yard split. How fast are they within the first 10 yards? If they're like, the number we're looking for is under about a 1.55, I believe. I'll have to double check that, but I think under 1.55 10-yard split, 1.55 is good. Anything over that is a little bit slow. So guys, we like to see their initial burst, right? That's more important than, how fast they are in 40 yards. I mean, not many people actually run a 40-yard, run 40 yards on one play, especially straight line. I mean, how many runs did Saquon have of like 40 or 50 yards? And he had a lot, and it was like less than 10, I believe. So let me show you the landing spots for today's draft. Again, if you want to join the mock draft, just click on the link here and take your spot. We are using landing spots. I left the link to the 3-round mock from Tankathon here for the landing spots that we're using. We're living in this world today. And again, it is a 12-team Superflex PPR and a 1-point tight end premium. So tight ends are getting 2 points per reception. But here we are here. The landing spots for this draft, the world we are living in, is Cam Ward to the Titans, Shador Sanders to the Giants, Travis Hunter to the Patriots, Ted McMillan to the Panthers, and Ashton Genty to the Cowboys. That's pretty. You see that a lot. You see those players go there quite a lot, as well as Tyler Warren to the Colts. You see a lot. Luther Burden to the Buccaneers is an interesting one. Colston Loveland to the Broncos, Emeka Ibuka to the Chargers. We have Matthew Golden to the Commanders. So I'm very curious how that would change some things here. Yeah, how this would change. Luther Burden, Emeka Ibuka, and Matthew Golden all going within 10 picks of each other. That's kind of interesting in my opinion. Jackson Dart to the Raiders. Elijah Arroyo to the Dolphins. Unfortunately, Arroyo, I don't know how serious his injury is, but he's not going to be competing at the doing the combine because of a knee injury, I believe it is. Omarion Hampton to the Bengals, Travion Henderson to the Broncos, and Caleb Johnson to the Steelers. So we have the 3 running backs. A lot of people's running backs 2, 3, and 4 in whatever order, all going within 3 picks of each other, 4 picks of each other, and all going to interesting teams. So I'm curious to see how that plays out there. Elick Iomanner to the Texans, Quinshon Judkins to the Raiders, Isaiah Bond is a Jag, Jalen Milroe is a Saint, Cam Scattaboo to the Bears. I think that's a pretty interesting spot there. Jaden Higgins to the Raiders, Jack Besh to the Cowboys, Tez Johnson to the Cardinals, Mason Taylor is a Seahawk, Jalen Royals is a Steeler, Harold Fannin is a Charger in the 3rd round, Savion Williams to the Rams I find intriguing, Quinn Ewers to the Jets, Jalen Knoll to the Browns, and Ollie Gordon the 2nd or the 3rd. I think he's a 3rd, right? I put the 2nd here, but pretty sure Ollie Gordon is a 3rd. I'm just double checking that now because now I'm a little okay. He is Ollie Gordon the 2nd. I was wrong. I was right here. I was wrong in what I said. Goes to the Vikings. So interesting there. So that is the world we are living in. Would like to get some more people in this mock draft here. So go ahead and join if you're interested. We'll give it a few more minutes. I see T. Zane's already in there at the 5 spot. Go ahead and join. There we go. Join the mock draft if you would like. And we can run a couple. We can run a couple mock drafts if we get enough people and we finish on time. I do have a hard out in about an hour. Of course, if you guys have any questions, trade questions, rookie questions, whatever, let me know. And we will answer those. But yeah, go ahead and join the rookie mock here. We got another spot. Boots, I recognize you at the 12 spot there. I assume where you guys are drafting, you have drafts like you have you're drafting in this spot, right? Like in one of your real draft leagues. And by the way, join our Discord as well. If you're watching and you're not part of our Discord, join it. We're going to be putting together some real money leagues, right? Real leagues with real people. We will be putting that together there. What's up, Cade? He says traded McMillan and a 26th third for the 112. Thoughts? I'm fine with it. Essentially, it's Jalen McMillan for the 112, and I think that's a fine. I think that's a good cash out for McMillan. I would take a 1st round pick for McMillan. I have him on several teams because I was a bit higher on him than others, and so I would cash out there. I would definitely cash out and take a 1st round pick for him. Could you lose that trade? Absolutely, but I think it gives you a little bit more flexibility. The 112, the value of the 112 is only going to go up. What if the Bucks re-sign Godwin, which is kind of already out there that they want to? But then the value of McMillan's going to go down, right? So I think that was a good trade. Kate, if you want to join the mock draft, hop on in. We're going to start up here in just a few minutes. Make sure I got all the settings here right. Linear draft, super flex, we'll go 1.5 minutes, rookies only. And yeah, we are good there. No computer auto picks. I'll make the picks for the teams. I already have it kind of mapped out here. So, but yes, join us if you are going to. Again, we're going to be starting right now. I'm in. It's 4:03 for me, 5:03 Eastern time. I will be starting this draft at 5:05 Eastern time. So in 2 minutes. In two minutes. So yeah, I mean, Cade, like you're looking at potentially. You're looking at potentially in this draft, if it plays out what we're how we're hoping, you could potentially get a 1st round wide receiver there. You could get RB maybe 4 or 5 there. You could get QB3 if another quarterback goes in like the 1st round. Yeah, so I think that's a good cash out there. Dominic says, I have the 102 and my best running back is Ramondre. I have Puka, Nico, Ayuk, Debo, Downs, and Calvin Ridley at wide receiver. So I just draft Ted, or is the landing spot dependent? Possibly scoop up Hampton or Henderson. Here's what I'll say. Hampton or Henderson are easily in play for the 102. Easily, in my opinion, in play for the 102. As we got a couple more people joining. Brad here and Chip Chaser. We're going to start 1 minute, guys. 1 minute warning. If you want into this Dynasty rookie mock, hop on in right here. Nope, that's the Discord. Hop on in right here. You can join and mock with us. So DJ Moore, not Debo. I think Hampton and Travion Henderson are in play. I think sneakily there's going to be 2 running backs that go in the first round, at least. Maybe 3, but I think 2. I think Hampton's going to be a first round pick. And that's going to boost him potentially. So I'm fine with even like how this draft played out as we're going to go through in this mock draft that we're doing. We had Ted McMillan go to the Panthers 8th overall, and Travion Henderson went to the Broncos 51st overall. Marion Hampton 49th to the Bengals. I'm fine with if you want to take Henderson. If you want to take Henderson here at the 102, completely fine with it. So yeah, I'm completely fine with it. We are going to start this draft, guys. I see we just got a bump in viewers. If you want to join this mock draft, you got about 30 seconds until we start here. Join the mock draft and mock with us. So yeah, Dominic, I'm totally fine with taking one of those running backs, and I don't think it's a bad move. I think what I would try and do though is actually trade back. Can I trade back to like the 105, 106? Still get, potentially Travion Henderson or Hampton, Caleb Johnson or Quinshon Judkins, get one of those guys and extra capital. I think that's what I would do. Especially to a team that needs a wide receiver. So, all right, we're starting this bad boy up. Everyone had their chance to hop in. And I will be making the picks for some of the teams that are not filled in there. So, of course, at the 101, we got Ashton Genty. It's always been Ashton Genty, and Big Brad is on the clock there. Ashton Genty, by the way, goes to the Cowboys. People are going to absolutely fall in love with that landing spot. Appreciate you, Dominic. And we see Travion Henderson. So there you go, Dominic. Travion Henderson goes 102 here, and I don't mind it. I would have taken him either 102 or 103. Travion Henderson in this draft goes to the Broncos in the second round. People love that landing spot. He should be the main guy there. He should be, obviously Javonte is not going to be back. He's way better than Jaleel McLaughlin and Audric Estime, in my opinion. So Travion Henderson's that main guy. And we've seen, even if he's not an 80% snap share guy, Sean Payton will make it work for him. So I think Henderson to the Broncos is an interesting landing spot. I'll go ahead and do Ted McMillan here at the 103. Goes to the Panthers. Does he become the Panthers alpha one? I hope so. They definitely need one. They definitely need an alpha wide receiver one. So I'll take that. Ted McMillan. By the way, Ted McMillan and Luther Burden are in the same tier for me. A lot of it's going to depend on the landing spots here. And then I'm going to go ahead and take Cam Ward. Cam Ward here. It's a super flex league. I know people are down on the quarterbacks. By the way, this is a tight end premium. So those of you watching with us, is a 12-team super flex PPR 1-point tight end premium league. So you're getting 2 points per reception for tight ends. Anyways, I think at least one quarterback goes in the top 4 or 5 picks. I know those of us that have been mocking since January or even earlier, quarterbacks are falling in a lot of mock drafts across the content creators. I think that a quarterback goes 104 because they're hard to get. The cheapest place to get a quarterback is in the rookie draft now. And it's hard to pass up on a guy that's going to go number 1 overall, really. So, and I think that the hype on these quarterbacks is going to rise. We see Tyler Warren go off the board, which is where I would have taken Tyler Warren at the 105 here. Tyler Warren goes to the Colts, 14th overall. It's a tight end premium league. I would absolutely have taken Tyler Warren here. He is my tight end 1. I'm a big fan of Tyler Warren. I think he's going to get on the field, which is half the battle for rookie tight ends that don't produce. Half the battle is just because they don't get on the field enough. Tyler Warren's going to be on the field a lot. He could do everything. And I know we don't love the Colts landing spot. We didn't love the Raiders and Brock Bowers last year, right? We didn't love Brock Bowers' landing spot. And look where he went. He went, and look how he finished, I should say. He was the tight end one last year. I took Omarion Hampton, who goes to the Bengals, 49th overall, which is interesting. And I'm very curious after the first round, I'll ask you guys, but I'm very curious about Omarion Hampton versus Travion Henderson versus Caleb Johnson, how you guys would take them. But I still went with Omarion Hampton. I think he's awesome. I almost want to put him in a tier of my own, or tier of his own. Omarion Hampton, like Genty tier 1, Omarion Hampton tier 2 by himself, and then Travion. But I put Travion and Omarion together as we see Caleb Johnson go at the 108 there. Nice pick. Caleb Johnson goes to the Steelers, 52nd overall. So you literally had Hampton to the Bengals, 49th overall, and then Travion Henderson to the Broncos, 51st overall. Caleb Johnson to the Steelers, 52nd overall. So those three guys, a lot of people's RBs, 2, 3, and 4, went within 4 picks of each other to good teams, Bengals, Broncos, Steelers. We see Travion Henderson go 102, Omarion Hampton go at the 105, and then Caleb Johnson at the 108. So I'm curious for you guys watching, how would you order those guys if that's how the draft went? Again, it's Hampton to the Bengals, Henderson to the Broncos, and Caleb to the Steelers. Next up here, I will take Shedeur Sanders is already gone. I'll take Holston Loveland, tight end premium league. He goes to the Broncos. People are going to love that landing spot. Could be the number 1 target, honestly, for the Broncos. So I'll go ahead and take Holston Loveland there. At the 110, I'm going to go Emeka Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka goes to the Chargers. 22nd overall. I think people are going to like that landing spot a lot more than Luther Burden's landing spot. Who, by the way, I will take Luther Burden here next, who goes 19th to the Broncos. Don't think we love that landing spot. I assume Godwin's gone with that landing spot, but what if he's back? Plus, you got Jalen McMillan. Like, I don't think people are going to love that landing spot for Luther Burden, and I think it's going to make him fall like it does in this draft. And we see Quinshawn Judkins go at the 112. By the way, Quinshawn Judkins went 68th overall to the Raiders. So he's the Raiders' new starting running back. Real quick, just want to ask you guys, what's your favorite pick here? I am very curious how you would value Henderson, Hampton, and Caleb based on where they went in this draft, and also, Emeka Egbuka versus Luther Burden. There's only a couple picks that separate them. 19th for Burden, 22nd for Emeka Egbuka, and Emeka Egbuka goes to the Chargers, where Burden goes to the Buccaneers, maybe as the 3rd target. So curious what you guys think there. Let me know in the chat before we start this bad boy back up. I love this. I love this draft. I've came into it not super excited, but I think this is an awesome draft. I mean, we still have a first-round pick at a wide receiver that hasn't been picked. We have a quarterback who goes in the early 2nd round to a quarterback-needy team. So there's just a lot of good here. A lot of good here. So, but let's start this bad boy back up. I'm going to go Jackson Dart. I think I would have taken him at the 112, but I understand not wanting to. I'm not the biggest Jackson Dart fan personally, but he's getting a lot of hype. It's a super flex league, and he went to the Raiders, 37th overall. He reunites with Pete Carroll. He has a little bit of a rushing floor, maybe like a Bo Nix type of rushing floor. So I'm going to go ahead and take Jackson Dart there. And I think that's right around where he's going to go, late 1st, early 2nd, if he goes early 2nd round in the NFL draft. You got Brad on the clock here. Still some good players on the board. Still absolutely some good players on the board. What's our thoughts on the gap between Drake May versus JJ McCarthy? Thinking of sending JJ and a pick for May, and Dynasty owner likes JJ. What's the pick there, Brad? Because I am definitely Drake May over JJ McCarthy by a significant amount. I think Drake May can get into that. There's not many difference makers, right? There's a lot of quarterbacks that can give you fantasy points with their arm and not much with their legs. I think Drake May is one of the few guys, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Drake May, like that can do it with their legs. Obviously, there's some other guys, but those are the top tier guys. I would do it. A second round pick in JJ for Drake May, I would do it. I think Drake May is going to be a stud. I think he's going to be a stud. I think McCarthy's going to be good. Like if he gives you Darnold production, what Darnold did last year, then I think you're like over the moon, to be honest. That's like what I'm expecting from JJ eventually, maybe not year one. He can move a little bit too. I'm not saying he's a statue, but I don't think he's going to be anywhere near what Drake May was on pace for. Like, if you look at the games where he played, he was on pace for like 650 rushing yards. That's legit, like difference making stuff. By the way, nice pick with the Matthew Golden pick there. I'm going to go Cam Scatterboo. Cam Scatterboo goes to the Bears. So Ben Johnson gets his running back. I think that's a pretty nice landing spot there. Really, really nice landing spot. So yeah, easy B. I would definitely do that. Chip Chaser, Abuka at the 110 is probably the best value with the landing spot he got. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Chargers first round. I'm a big fan of Abuka. I don't know what his ceiling is, but I think he's going to be one of the safer picks in this rookie draft. By the way, guys, if you want to join our Discord, hop on in. We are going to be doing real live money leagues. If you want to start up a new Dynasty league with us, we're going to be doing that. We're going to start getting those set up in March. So it's almost March now. We're just a few days away. What do you guys think of, and I'm just going to take it because a lot of people are fans of Ollie Gordon. What do you guys think of Ollie Gordon if he goes to the Vikings in the end of the third round? Are you taking him in this range, or are you just pushing him down? Are you taking him earlier? I'm not the biggest Ollie Gordon fan. I'm probably not going to own a lot of or have a lot of Ollie Gordon on my team because there's some people that are big fans of his, and I get it. But like I've seen him go in the first round. He goes to the Vikings and gets day 2 draft capital. I could see him going here pretty easily. I could definitely see him going here. So let me know what you guys think. Ollie Gordon going to the Vikings. As Big Brad says, I thought about Scatterboo, but first round capital. I agree, Big Brad. I would have taken Golden. Golden was he was right where you took him. He was 14th on my board. I made a kind of a board here before we started. He was 14th for me, so I would have taken Golden over Scatterboo. But and plus Golden, first round pick. He's one of my favorite receivers as well, and he goes to the Commanders. Hell, like he doesn't have to be. Terry McLaurin can be the wide receiver 1 next year. That's fine. Golden can still produce and then eventually take over for Terry McLaurin. So I'm a big Matthew Golden fan. I'm going to go ahead and making sure I didn't forget anyone here. I'll go Elijah Arroyo here. Elijah Arroyo, he is going to the Dolphins, right? Going to the Dolphins, top 50 draft capital in a tight end premium league. I think you could definitely see that happen. We have Big Brad says, I'd be happy with that spot for Gordon. Creates sort of a red herring for my league mates. Yeah. There's a lot of people there's going to be at least one person in your leagues that's an Ollie Gordon fan. There just is. And he's going to go this high. I'll go Jack Besh here. Besh goes, where does Besh go? Besh goes to the Cowboys. I like that spot for him. I think him and CeeDee Lamb can pair well together. He doesn't have to be the wide receiver 1, which I don't think he is. And I think he can be just productive and good. I'm not big on this wide receiver class at all. After Abuka and Golden, obviously Tet and Luther Burden. And then, after that we got Golden and Abuka. I'm kind of like, I don't really know how to feel about a lot of these guys. So as we have Chip Chaser on the board here, who's going to make his pick. By the way, guys, hit the like button on this video if you have not already. It just gets more eyes on it, especially after, on replay, when people kind of watch after we finish and the stream, people will watch. So it gets more eyes on the video here. And so would appreciate that very, very much. I like the Travis Hunter pick. I was kind of wondering when he's going to go. I think this is right around where I would take him in this mock draft world. Tough. I still think I still don't think just because he's going to the combine as a cornerback doesn't mean he's only get, that he still can't play on offense essentially. So yeah. At the 109 here, I got a few picks. I'm going to go ahead and take Jalen Royals. I think Jalen Royals is my wide receiver 5 in this draft class. I actually think I should have taken him at the 107 here. I kind of skipped over his name. I just never see him mocked to a great landing spot. Now, Steelers' third round is probably one of the better ones I've seen. I've seen Ravens' third round, which I hate. I've seen like Cardinals' second round a lot, which I don't like at all because he's probably at best the third target on that team. Yeah, just like not great landing spot. Steelers, it's like, okay, get a quarterback in there and I'll be excited. But yeah, I think Royals is my wide receiver 5. After the Ibuka and Golden tier, I think Royals is going to be at the top of my next tier, the tier 3 of guys. I'll go ahead and take Jalen Milroe here, rushing quarterback in a super flex league at the end of the second, goes to a team where he's probably going to get a shot to the Saints. They just took Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore came from Philly, knows how to run an offense with a rushing quarterback. So I kind of like that spot for Milroe. And then I'll take Alec Iomanor here at the 111 as boots the Cats on the board here. Didn't want to take Hunter there, but if he decides to play wide receiver, yeah, absolutely. That's where the gamble is perfectly fine right there. The gamble is perfectly fine at the 208. And he's gonna play on both sides. Like you don't waste that, right? You gotta at least play him a little bit on offense. So is it gonna be enough to start? No, maybe best ball. Best ball, he's way more attractive. But yeah, he's gonna play on both sides. And I think if he moonlights on offense, he's probably gonna be used a lot in the red zone, in my opinion. So as we see Devin Neal go off the board. Devin Neal did not get drafted in this mock draft, but I am a Devin Neal fan, so I like the pick. I'm going to go ahead and take Savion Williams. Savion Williams, every time I take him, I say a little prayer, right? I'm not even a big religious guy, but I say a little prayer here of please, whatever team takes him, use him kind of like a Cordero Patterson. Maybe not as much of a running back, but use him in the backfield, give him carries, use him in Wildcat, give him easy catches, bubble screens, all that stuff. The dude's awesome with the ball in his hands. I don't think he's an awesome route runner. He's probably going to kill it at the combine if he's going to attend, which I think he is. He's probably going to kill it at the combine because he's a freak. And he goes to the Rams in this. So I have faith in McVay, using him the right way, right? A creative offensive mind to the Rams. I like that. So I love Savion Williams to the Rams in the third round. And I'm willing to take the risk on him here. But let me know, guys. There's 12 of you, 12 to 15 of us watching. If we want to start another mock draft, I'll do another one for us. We'll use the same landing spots, but we'll do another one here. And I'll be happy to do that. As we see Trey Harris go off the board, did not get drafted. But again, Trey Harris is another one of those guys like Ollie Gordon. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of Trey Harris because there's a lot of Trey Harris fans. And that's not to say I don't like the guy. I'm just a little bit skeptical on how good he actually is. And so I think this is perfectly fine. This is probably a steal for Trey Harris. Now, he didn't get drafted, which means he's a round 4 pick at best. But, the production was there. Absolutely there. I'm going to go ahead and take Quinn Ewers here. Quinn Ewers went to the Jets. I kind of have two rules here. Harris went 59th to the. Did I miss that? I guess I didn't list that into my sheet here. So he went 59th. All right. Well, I completely missed that then. To Baltimore. Yeah, I don't love that landing spot, but anyways, with my rule with quarterbacks is if you're a third round pick, you need to either be able to run the ball like Jalen Milroe, or you go to a team that can develop quarterbacks or, like the Rams or the Vikings or something. Now, Quinn Ewers, I don't think fits either of those. He goes to the Jets in the third round, but I still think people are going to take him gonna take a shot on him, especially if he goes to a QB needy team. After I'd snaked the Savion pick, I had to hold my nose and take Harris. Don't love, yeah. I mean, they can't even make Zay Flowers relevant, right? As I need to make my pick here, I don't think Jalen Noel. Did they add Jalen Noel yet? Sleeper needs. Oh, they did. Thank God. All right, so Jalen Noel is my pick here. Jalen Noel goes to the Browns, end of the third round. Don't mind it. As we see Jaden Higgins, his teammate, go off the board. And that was my next pick. It would have been my next pick. Jaden Higgins goes to the Raiders. So I like Noel. I think Higgins probably has a little bit more ceiling. Noel maybe a little bit of a safer floor here. I'm going to go ahead and take Mason Taylor, the tight end, does get drafted, goes to the Seahawks. And then Tez Johnson is who I will take here. I'm just kind of taking the guys that have been they're on this mock draft here. Tez Johnson, I will take as we see Dylan Sampson off the board. Tez Johnson went to the Cardinals. Don't love it, but yeah. You probably leave halfway through, Peter. Okay, yeah. I mean, if we want to, what I'll do is I'll set up another one here, set up another mock, and if we get enough people, at least half of the. Hang on 1 second. Need to take a. Sorry, guys, had to take that call real quick. I need to make this pick too. Dylan Sampson, by the way, love the pick. Love the Dylan Sampson pick. I think that's a great pick. I want to talk about Dylan Sampson in just a second. But yeah, I'll set up another mock draft. If we get about half of it full, or even just 3 or 4 of you guys, then we can set up another one here. So go ahead and join, Peter, even if you have to leave, no worries. The Dylan Sampson pick. Dylan Sampson is my RB5 in this draft class. He just didn't get drafted, so I'm kind of taking, who went in the draft first in the mock draft. Totally fine if you don't want to follow that. I could take Dylan Sampson as high as the early second round if he gets the right team, right capital. That's how high I am on Dylan Sampson. I think he's awesome. I think he's absolutely awesome. But yeah, if you want to join, go ahead and join there in that other mock draft. As I need to make a pick here. I think all the guys that have been drafted. I'll go ahead and take Damian Martinez here and DJ Giddens, two running backs. I like Giddens over. I like Giddens over Damian Martinez there. As we see Brashard Smith off the board here, which is a nice pick for sure. Go ahead and take Xavier Restrepo. I think Restrepo is going to go day 2. He doesn't go in this mock draft, but I think he is going to go day 2. But yeah, if anyone else wants to join, even the people that are in this mock draft, join up in the other one. We'll run it back. It'll only take about 20 minutes or so. We'll run it back. We'll do another one. We'll do a different settings, maybe a point per carry or something like that. If Hunter would have been off the board, I would have taken Sampson at 208. Yeah, I would take Sampson a lot earlier. I was just kind of trying to follow, the players that went in this mock draft first, just to make it a little bit easier. But yeah, Sampson to me he's in the same tier. I have him in the same tier as Judkins and Caleb Johnson. That's how high I am on Sampson. I think he's awesome. I think he's amazing. Yeah, let's go ahead and take Jaden Blue, and then a guy that I need to. Oh no, he's not in here, huh? LaQuint Allen's not in the database here. Bashal Tootin. I'll go ahead and take Bashal Tootin at the 404 there. But yeah, how deep these running backs are, man, it really makes even the late third, 4th round like intriguing. Like guys like Giddens, Martinez, Brashard Smith, RJ Harvey, Bashal Tootin, these guys are. It makes it really, really intriguing to kind of stock up on those picks. And if those guys go earlier, well, then you're looking at some decent dart throws on wide receivers like a Jalen Noel or Higgins or Tez Johnson. Like it's only going to push these other players down the board. So there's some intrigue for sure with these players. I'm going to scout Torrey Horton more today, so I'm going to go ahead and take him, Mr. Torrey Horton, and then let's go with Gunnar Helm as we finish off this fourth round here. Again, if you guys want to join this other mock draft, if you're watching, hop in that other mock draft. We'll start that up, and we'll probably just do 3 rounds on that one just to get through it. But yeah, go ahead and join, and we will start up another one here as Chip Chaser on the clock here. I'm excited for the combine. I don't want to overreact to it at all, but I am excited for the combine for sure. And then just, free agency is going to be shortly after that. And then it's full on like draft coverage stuff. So NFL has seemingly done the impossible. They've kind of become a year-round league. And kudos to them for sure. It does get a little tough here in the fourth round. I guess I'll go Jordan James. Let's just throw Will Howard out there and wideout Terrence Ferguson. We'll see who Boots the Cat takes as Mr. Irrelevant here. Yes, Joseph. We'll do. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to do Superflex, just a standard Superflex league? You want to do a tight end premium again? You want to do a point per carry and see how that changes things? Do you want to do a 1 quarterback? I mean, I'm up for a 1 quarterback if you want to do that. What do you guys want to do? Let me know there. I don't do much 1 quarterback stuff just because it seems like everyone plays Superflex, so which they should, in my opinion, for Dynasty. You should. We do got a decent amount of people in there, so we will switch over here. We still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots left. So we'll give it a few more minutes. And I see a couple 1 quarterback. So yeah, let's do 1 quarterback then. We'll do 1 quarterback. That's fine. We just did a super flex. We'll do a 1 quarterback here. But yeah, we still have a few spots if you want to join this mock draft, guys. It is right here. Peter says standard super flex. Yeah. 1 QB. Yeah. Let's just go 1 QB just because we just did a super flex. And we had a couple of people also say 1 QB. I haven't done a 1 QB in a while. I put one video out, I think, on a 1 QB, but it's not going to affect a whole lot, right? Like, obviously the top 3 guys, but and stuff like that. But yeah, if you want to join this mock draft here, we're going to start it up it's 4:31 where I am, 5:31 Eastern time. I'm going to start this bad boy up at 4:34. So you literally have 2 minutes to join this mock draft here. Let's do a 12-team PPR, 1.5 tight end premium. So tight ends are getting 2.5 points per reception. 1 QB, we said 1 QB. I'm typing it out in the chat. So 12-team, 1 QB, PPR, 1.5 tight end premium. And let's do a 0.1. Nah, we'll just keep it like that. I don't want to get too crazy with the 1 quarterback. I was going to say 0.1 point per carry, but let's just do a 1 QB, but a big tight end premium and see how that changes things. Same landing spots as before. If you weren't here, these are the landing spots. I'm putting the link in the chat here to take the Tankathon 3-round mock. So the same landing spots there as before. And we are starting this up in just over a minute, guys. So if you want to join, you have just over a minute to join this mock draft before we start here. Make sure I got the settings right. We got to go linear. We're doing Dynasty PPR, no auto picks, and let's do it. I'm curious to see actually do you guys play in any 1 quarterback leagues? You guys play in any 1 quarterback leagues? Because I don't, not for Dynasty at least. It's not going to change a whole lot. Like there's really only like 3 or 4 guys that won't be taken. It's not like last year. So, but yeah, we're going to fire it up and do a 1 QB. There's still 5 spots left, guys, if anyone wants to join, but we are doing a 1 QB, just an FYI. We just did a Superflex league right before We do a lot of super flex leagues. So next time we go live, which is maybe tomorrow, we'll be doing more super flex mocks. But we're gonna try one quarterback this time. The people have spoken. So you playing one quarterback when we play the salary cap. Nice. Chris, it's right here. Right here. Right here, Chris. I just reposted it here. And Chris is in. I think that's you. Is that you, Chris? Are you Cass? Play one quarterback with a salary cap. Sounds a lot of fun. I play in 2 one quarterback leagues. One of my older leagues. Yeah, so people do play in 1 QBs. So Chris, let me know if that's you so we can start this up. If not, I will wait for you. If that's you here at Cass. We have 3 spots open if anyone wants to join. We have 3 spots open here. We're going to start it up. Once again. Cool. All right, let's start it up. That is Chris. Let's do it. So once again, it is a 12-team, 1 quarterback PPR, 1.5 tight end premium. 1.5 tight end premium. Ashton Genty off the board. Obvious. He's the 101 in super flex leagues. I'm curious, guys, because I have this weird feeling that Omarion Hampton, maybe Travion Henderson, one of those running backs is also going to be a first-round pick. Let's just say there's only 4 or 5 picks separating Genty and a Hampton. Genty goes to, I don't know, the Bengals in the late middle of the first, and Hampton goes to the Chargers in the 22nd overall pick. Does that potentially change? Like Hampton at the 101? I don't know. Probably not. But just thought I'd throw that out there. Because I have this feeling there's going to be another. I think Genty's probably going to go top 10 to 12. But I do have a feeling there's going to be another running back taken here. We see Genty and then Ted McMillan here off the board. Ted McMillan, again, went to the Panthers in this mock draft. So again, we are playing with landing spots here. If you want to check that out, if you're in this or watching on replay, we are playing with landing spots. As we see Omarion Hampton go off the board. By the way, Hampton went to the Bengals, 49th overall. Travion Henderson went to the Broncos, 51st overall. So I'm interested to see if that shakes out, how that would go. I'll ask you guys at the end here. No worries, Chris. Again, guys, hit that like button if you have not already. Just gets more eyes on the video. I do have to head out here at the top of the hour, but as we see Caleb Johnson off the board here. But we will be live again probably tomorrow, Saturday morning. We usually try to go live 3 or 4 times a week. We'll do rookie mock drafts, Dynasty startup drafts. We do team reviews. If you want your team reviewed, you can get your team reviewed by us. We will do that live, or we'll do it as a pre-recorded video if you have league mates and you don't want them to see it, So team reviews, we do trade shows, all that fun stuff. We're going to be doing real money leagues. If you want to play in a real league with me and the other, my brother and stuff that are also on this channel, and other league mates, join our Discord, right? Join our Discord here. Link is in the description, as well as right here, as I'm showing you. Join our Discord, and we'll get you into some of those live money leagues. We're going to start those up in March, those real money leagues. So make sure to get in there. As we see Caleb Johnson go, we see Colston Loveland go. Again, this is a 1.5 tight end premium, 1 quarterback. So I'm going to take Tyler Warren here. As we see Luther Burden at the 107. Tyler Warren, to me, I think he could be top 5 in a setting like this. I know people don't love the Colts and the Colts landing spot, but I get it. Yeah, chip chaser for sure. And I'm not even I think Loveland and Warren are both really awesome. I just personally like Warren. I'm a sucker for versatile players. I like Laviska Shenault, Rondale Moore, obviously those guys didn't work out, but Debo and stuff, I'm just a sucker for those guys. And Warren is a versatile tight end here, as I do need to make a couple of picks. So I'm going to go ahead and take these picks here. We got Mecca Abuka I'm going to take here, and Luther Burden's already off the board. I don't want to take Jackson Dart because it's a 1 quarterback. Quinshon Judkins. we'll go Abuka and Burden are both gone here, and Quinshawn Judkins. But yeah, and the one thing I will say about that though is no one liked the Brock Bowers to the Raiders pick last year, and he was tight end 1, right? But again, Brock Bowers is, as much as I like Tyler Warren, Brock Bowers is on another level, right? Yeah, exactly. Easy. Exactly. Brock Bowers is on another level from these guys. I do want to say that. As we see Trey Harris go, he doesn't get drafted. Oh, no, he does get drafted. I missed that, right? He got drafted to the 59th to the Ravens. So second round pick to the Ravens. Sure. And we have Matthew Golden, which I love. I'm a big Matthew Golden fan. He goes to the Commanders at the end of the first round, which I think is an amazing pick there. For team 2 here, I'm going to go Cam Skattebo. Cam Skattebo is, for me, interesting because he goes to the Bears in this mock draft, 3rd round. So I love that. Yeah, no worries, easy. We're probably on a little bit of a delay too. So as we got Brad joining the Discord. With where the tight end NFL is going, though, tight ends have so much potential, don't have to come out of college as elite athletes. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ollie Gordon goes, and this is where he went in the last draft. And I asked you guys, is this fair for Ollie Gordon? He goes 3rd round to the Vikings. I love that Vikings landing spot. Absolutely love the Vikings landing spot. And so, yeah, I think Vikings landing spot, 3rd round, even if Aaron Jones comes back for a year, Ollie Gordon. No worries, Pete. Thanks for stopping in. I'm going to go ahead and take Elijah Arroyo. I'm curious as when the first quarterback goes. I'm going to take Elijah Arroyo, my tight end 3, and he goes to the Dolphins. He's a top 50 pick, goes to the Dolphins in a tight end premium league. I made that pick for you. I just had a brain fart. I was thinking, I gotta make all these picks here, and obviously I don't. Is that you? I think we have a couple Peters in here. Peter, is this you? Or are you? I always forget, Peter, if you're Mole Pete or this Peter. Anyways, I'll give you the time. I'll give you about a minute to make that pick. I just had a brain fart and made a pick for you. I don't know if that's the same here. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, the quarterbacks. I'm curious where the quarterbacks go in a one QB league here. Very, very curious. So I don't know if Poopy PP is here. I'll give him another 30 seconds or so before we make that pick. Another 30 seconds or so. But yeah, Ollie Gordon to the Vikings, end of 3rd. Interesting landing spot there, for sure. And, enough people like him that I don't think I'm going to have a lot of Ollie Gordon. I'm fine taking a shot on Ollie Gordon, end of 2nd, early 3rd, depending on where he goes, of course. But, I think I'm going to go ahead and take Elijah Arroyo here and get this bad boy going. I think early 2nd to late 1st, like people like him enough to where early 2nd is definitely in play for him. So as we got Brad back on the clock here, I'm also curious, like who the QB1 is. I think there's an argument to be made for someone to be QB1 in a 1 quarterback league in this rookie draft. Travis Hunter's a nice pick. We're going to go 3 rounds, by the way, guys. Just 3 rounds in a one QB. Dylan Sampson, love it. Love the Dylan Sampson pick there. And Isaiah Bond. All right. Isaiah Bond, he got drafted in this draft. Where did he go? He went to the Jags, 70th overall. If Trevor Lawrence and that offense can get going, that's like a sneaky, not a bad spot for him. Like obviously you have BTJ and leave Isaiah Bond with all that speed there on the outside. Oof. I'm going to go ahead and take Jalen Royals. my boy here, my wide receiver 5, I believe. I'm going to take Jalen Royals. I'm just going to do it here. Can you make an argument? You know what? No, I'll take Cam Ward. Is this where I don't play in one quarterback leagues, guys? Would you say that for this quarterback class, this is kind of where the first quarterback should be going, or should we even be pushing it further down? I'm curious what you guys think there. I'm going to take Besh. Yeah, I'm curious where what you guys think and where they should be going here, because I don't play in one QB dynasty leagues. So I'm not sure if like they should get pushed down. I know last year they were going like Jaden Daniels was still a first round pick, deservedly so. End of second for this class, Terry says. Okay. I can think Caleb was probably. Did Caleb last year fall into the second round for one QB leagues? One QB usually around mid-second to mid-third. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Jaden Daniels? Because you can make an argument here, and I think Peter. This is the Peter that's not here, but I'll give him his time here, because you could make an argument like one QB. Like Jaden Daniels was the QB1 last year, even though a lot of people had Caleb as the QB1 in Superflex, but it was Jaden Daniels because of his rushing ability. So late first, early second for Caleb. Okay, the QBs in this draft can easily fall in the third round. Stroud went in the third round when he got drafted. I got Jaden Daniels with the 201. Daniels went early second. Okay. Interesting. Because I was thinking, like, should Jalen Milroe in a one quarterback league, if Jalen Milroe, let's just say, goes early second round, should he be the I'm going to go ahead and pick here for Mulpete. Should he be the tight end, the QB1 because of his rushing ability? And in one quarterback leagues, you assume everyone has someone like a Cam Ward, top 15 quarterback on their team. And so it's like, well, I might as well shoot for the guy that could be top 5 just because he runs the ball. Love the Savion Williams pick there. Absolutely love it. Man, Rams. I love that landing spot to the Rams. Absolutely love that landing spot. I kind of agree, Easy B. He's gonna test off the charts in the at the combine here. Absolutely test off the charts. But I kind of agree. But if someone takes him early second round, again, I'm talking like early second. In this one, he went third round. But if someone takes him early second round, like they're gonna start him, right? And for fantasy, Justin Fields threw for like 2,500 yards one year, and it was like QB7. 2,500 yards, 16 touchdowns because he rushed for like 1,100, right? So I don't know, just kind of thinking out loud there. I don't think he's a very good quarterback, Milroe. But I don't know, just a thought there. Like, who should be QB1? Should it be Milroe in a one quarterback league? Mason Taylor off the board again. It is a heavy tight end premium league here. McMillan or Pearsall in PPR Dynasty. Easy B says McMillan. They're very close to me. They're very, very close to me. I'm kind of a Pearsall fan, and I obviously like the offense he's in, and I like McMillan too. But we do have to acknowledge, like, a lot of his production was touchdown heavy, right? Like, he was scoring touchdowns in every game, multiple touchdowns in a lot of games. So Chip Chaser says McMillan. They're kind of like both right there for me. I think I lean who can give me more value, like right now, like who can I trade for more? And I think, as we're seeing here, people like McMillan more, so I'll lean McMillan. Christopher says McMillan all day. So there you go. The community is telling you it's McMillan. Although I'm just saying, all I'm saying is I wouldn't be surprised if Pearsall is just a better player than McMillan next year. Like, it wouldn't shock me. Does that change for you guys does that change for you guys if they re-sign Chris Godwin, even if it's just a year? If they re-sign Chris Godwin, does that change for you guys, or is it still McMillan? Because I think there's a chance we're already hearing about them potentially re-signing Godwin, so that's why I'm curious there. But yeah, Vic, everyone's saying McMillan, and I don't disagree with them. And for that reason, I think, I think taking McMillan because he has more value. He's liked more by the community, and he can go up in value if they don't re-sign Chris Godwin or don't draft a receiver. They don't draft a receiver in the first couple of rounds. You're going to see McMillan's value go up. Whereas Pearsall, I don't know how much value he's going to increase by between now and August, right? Because the Niners, I think we're already not expecting them to take a receiver. They could take a receiver, but we're already not expecting them. Whereas the Bucs, like it's a chance, right? DJ Giddens, love the pick. Yeah, Mason Taylor is a steal in a 1.5 tight end premium. Going to the Seahawks, he could be the tight end one there. Yeah, that's a pretty nice pick there for sure. If Milroe goes in the second round, he shouldn't go before the fourth round in a rookie draft in a 1 QB, right, Chip? Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Jackson Dart off the board here. Don't love. I'll go Tej Johnson. Let's go. Bashal Tootin. I think he might run the fastest. I changed Team 9. What was Team 9 was Cam Ward. And then here is Bashal Tootin. I think Bashal Tootin could run the fastest 40 time for running backs. Him or Dylan Sampson. Maybe there's someone else I'm missing there. But I think they could run really, really fast 40 times. So last year I really pursued Olave, but it didn't pan out for me. This year I'm focusing on Pearsall. Yeah, Vic, it's close enough for me that if you have your convictions about Pearsall and really like him, then I'm fine with Pearsall over McMillan. I'm not going to argue either way, like strongly for either side. I lean McMillan because, one, we saw him produce. I liked him going into the draft, right? I liked him more than Polk, more than Adonai Mitchell, more than Leggett, and guys like that. So that there's some personal bias in there as well. And then there's a very good chance he's the wide receiver too. Again, there's also a good chance the Bucs do bring in a receiver, whether that's Godwin or they draft someone, because Mike Evans is getting old. If they don't bring back Godwin, they don't have much behind those two guys in McMillan and Evans. They have a pretty good tight end in Otten, but he's not like a difference maker here. I'm just going to take Milroe from OP. By the way, we're just going to go 3 rounds here. And we'll kind of spend the last 10 minutes just answering some questions if you guys have any. So, but yeah, we're gonna end that draft there. And I mean, if you guys want to keep picking, go for it. But we are going to end that draft there just because it's a 1 quarterback league. So yeah, if you feel strongly about Pearsall, like I'm definitely not going to like say, oh no, don't take him over McMillan. Like he was a first round pick. I liked him coming out of college. We saw a flash or two from him last year. And he's on a really good offense who might be getting rid of Debo. Brandon Ayuk might be starting off the season on the IR. Like it could be Pearsall and Kittle and Juwan Jennings, don't forget about Jennings. I got a Dunze this offseason. Hope it really works. Yeah. Got him and JJ for love. Oh, I think that's a steal. Jordan Love's my biggest tear down candidate. I think he's at the top of a tier of guys, just a tier of guys who like any one of, if you just look at the quarterbacks here between Jordan Love, Bo Nix, Kyler Murray, Brock Purdy, Baker Mayfield, Trevor Lawrence, even Penix McCarthy, even guys like Bryce Young, Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, goes all the way down to QB 21, 22. Any one of those guys could be better than the other. Right. And like Jordan Love doesn't do much with his legs to where like, oh, I need to have Jordan Love. He's a passing quarterback and they obviously want to run the ball a lot. So like, I think he's a big tier down. tear down candidate. And so for you to be able to get McCarthy, a little bit of a risk there, because at least we know Jordan Love's going to be on the Packers for the next couple of years, and he's at least a low end QB1, top 15 guy. But to get McCarthy and then a Dunze, I think a Dunze is a big buy low target here. So I think Odunze and DJ Moore, you kind of consolidate the offense between those two guys. Then I think it's good stuff's going to happen here for the Bears, because I believe in Caleb. It's mostly my belief in Caleb is why I believe that way. So he's a risk, but I have Nix and Herbert also as QB. Yeah, so you got some stability there for sure. Yeah, no, absolutely. Any other questions, guys? Let me know. Once again, join our Discord. I'm going to leave that link here if you're not already. I know a lot of you in here are already in our Discord, but join it. We're going to put together some real leagues, real money leagues. So new Dynasty startups happening this starting in March, which March is what, 2-3 days away. So starting soon, we got some real money leagues coming here. And, I'd love to get you guys in there, play with us. We're going to try and get to a schedule where we can live stream the actual startup draft, which will be a lot of fun. Hopefully there's a lot of trading. So yeah, we can live stream the actual draft. So if we can get kind of a time where we can all do it, will be great. So yeah, any other questions? Appreciate you, Easy B. It was a good time. Found the channel today. Definitely sub. Appreciate you, Easy B. Appreciate you. Yeah, we got a little bit of a community going on in that Discord, and a lot of people post trades every day, and it's a lot of fun. So it's only going to pick up. I know a lot of people. We're in a little bit of a dead zone. Here for Dynasty fantasy content, but it's going to pick up around free agency, closer to the draft. So I'm excited for sure. Jalen Coker, Isaac Guerrero, PPR. I probably would just take Guerrero, knowing that it's easier for running backs to kind of all it takes is an injury, right? And Guerrero's awesome. He's playing behind McCaffrey. I would assume the 49ers are going to give it one more shot with McCaffrey, Purdy, all those guys, and they're going to take it a little bit easy on McCaffrey. So I actually lean Guerrero here. I just don't know, unless you play in deeper leagues, like 12 teams, start 12 or something. I don't really know if Coker's ever going to be a difference maker. Like, if you're starting Jalen Coker, does that really mean anything in the sense of I probably am already losing most of the time if I'm starting Jalen Coker in a 12 team start 8 or start 9. So I lean Guerrero there. Vic, I think Coker's a nice piece, but I think at best he's a wide receiver 2 for the team. They have a bunch of wide receiver 2s, and I think they bring in kind of an alpha here. My blockbuster trade of the offseason traded Jaden Daniels for St. Brown, Ashton Genty, the 101, and Penix in the 12-team Superflex no tight end premium. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Ashton Genty, and Michael Penix. Listen, Jaden Daniels is awesome. He's a lot of people's QB1s. He's a cheat code with the rushing. But you got a haul there. You got a haul. How many starters, Chip? How many starters? Do you start 8 or 9 or 10, or do you start more? But you got a haul. And that's all you can ask for. Penix is going to be probably, top 15-ish type of quarterback. You got Amon-Ra, who's obviously a stud. You got Ashton Genty, who should be a stud. You could have just gotten the RB3 and the wide receiver 6 plus a starting quarterback in Michael Penix. So yeah, you play in a 12-team start 10. That's right in the middle. Anything under start 10 is a little bit of a little bit of a shallower leagues. So you want a little bit more of the hammers, the S tier guys, the top tier guys. Start anything above start 10. Depth is a little bit more important. 12-team start 10 is right in the middle. So again, like I don't know if you could get much else for Jaden Daniels. So it's a risk. It's a risk, but I like it. I like it. You got the wide receiver 6, the RB3, and then Michael Penix, who, by the way, if Michael Penix comes out and has a great September with the Falcons, he's going to shoot up the rankings because he's a young guy, right? I mean, he's a rookie going, no longer a rookie, but going into his second year, right? The rolls here just got another minute or two, guys. So do got to take off after this. But the roll says he traded Penix, Mike Evans, and 27 first for Jettas, 12 man. Yeah, we talked about this one in the Discord. So yeah, like this is what I mean. Like the 12 team start 12 is very deep. It's a very deep. There's 144 players being started versus 120. Right. So there's literally 24 more guys each week that are in starting lineups, which is quite a lot. So usually you want depth here. That being said, you traded away a lot of question marks. Mike Evans is kind of year to year at this point, right? Could fall off this year, could fall off next year, but he's year to year. Michael Penix is an unknown, right? He's an unknown. We don't know how good he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be a rusher. So I don't think he's going to be a difference maker. He'll just be like a solid QB2. And then the 27 first, if that's late, especially, that's in a couple of years. So you traded away a lot of unknowns for potentially the best non-quarterback in the entire, in all of Dynasty, non-quarterback in a super flex league. So, yeah. But anyways, guys, I do have to take off. Appreciate all of you. Probably going to go live tomorrow. Just hit the bell and subscribe if you're not. If you're watching on replay, appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Join us in the next live stream. So appreciate everyone, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Enjoy the combine.